You know, whenever you see the year that someone's born, you just assume that they're a baby or something? When I hear that someone was born in 2015, I would picture a newborn, maybe a toddler. But no, babies born in 2015 are 10 years old right now. They look a little more like this. And that's kind of a shock because I felt like 2015 wasn't even that long ago. You know, I still remember the whip, the dab, playing Pokemon on my Nintendo DS. But that's how I know I'm getting old. Because if I ever bring this up to a younger person, they look at me confused, like I'm talking about the first invention of the light bulb. And I know that look, because when a boomer gives me that back in my day dialogue, I give him that exact same face because we get it, you're old, things were different back then. But now, I even catch myself giving this back in my day story, because a lot has changed. I remember how the only food you could get delivered was pizza, and now you can DoorDash almost everything. And I also remember when PewDiePie was the biggest YouTuber, not Mr. Beast. Let me stop myself before I sound too ancient. Being 21, I still thought I was considered young, but I'm slowly noticing the age creep from those younger than me. I worked this cashier job for almost 5 years, from high school and even until I graduated college. And I used to be the youngest worker there, being 16, but I've stayed long enough to be one of the older workers there while seeing new hires that are still in high school. Even during my senior year of college, I got called an unk by a freshman. That was the first time I got shot with that type of pronoun. There's no denying that we, the older half of Gen Z, are hitting unk status. You'll start to notice that your body isn't working as good as before. You used to be able to casually sleep at 2 a.m. every night, but if you try to do that now, your body's gonna collapse. Movies are being made that target the nostalgia of Gen Z's childhood. That's how you know you hit adulthood. And I gotta say, being an adult is overrated as hell. When I was a kid, I used to look up at everybody older than me and think they were so cool. Ever since I was little, I always wanted to do the grown-up stuff. I wanted to work a job so I can get money to buy games and a PC. I wanted to drive a car to have the freedom to go where I want and hang out with friends. And honestly, that was very cool. I will give credit to the adult life in the way that there was freedom. I never got any allowance money from my parents, and I remember how happy I was to get my paycheck and buy my own clothes instead of wearing the stuff that my parents bought me. I was dripped out. Okay, maybe I was a f***ing dumbass because I did spend $300 on these shoes. But still, that independence I felt when I made my own money was a good step towards adulthood. I couldn't wait to experience more of my life as a grown-up. Until I realized the amount of bullshit that comes along with it. With all the benefits comes the bad. You make money, then not too long after, the IRS is knocking at your door telling you to cough up $1,000 in taxes. You get your license, and now you get slapped with an insurance bill every month. It's like a new responsibility comes up every single day. Sometimes I scroll past one of these Gen Z nostalgia videos and remember how being a kid was much more enjoyable.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side.
Life was paradise when I really think about it. There was so little pressure with so much possibility. The only stressful thing was probably watching the clock tick during class until it was recess. I had fun during the summer simply binging Naruto and playing video games all day. At the same time, it's not like it's something that I can go back on either. I loved being unemployed and doing nothing when I was 12 years old, but I can't do that in my 20s. I'ma feel like shit. There's an underlying pressure you get when you're an adult where you feel the need to lock in and get your life together. Most of us get this idea that we should be working full-time right now, own a home, have a wife and kids. Right now, I'm working a 9 to 5, but I'm still living with my parents, and where are my wife and kids at? Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of what school taught us was very helpful in our adult life. We were too busy figuring out why Jacob wanted to buy 500 watermelons on a math problem instead of learning about financial literacy. The teachers could have told me to buy a house in the 2008 financial crisis, but no, they wanted me to learn the ABCs in kindergarten. Now I'm a grown-ass man scrolling on TikTok instead of paying my mortgage. At the very least, we should be thankful to exist during the time of the internet because I probably learned 99% of the actual important things from something like Google or YouTube. I learned a good part of investing through YouTube videos, and I learned a little bit about almost anything just from a simple Google search. Speaking of YouTube and other forms of social media, all of us, and yes, I mean all of us, have been diagnosed with a phone addiction. I know our parents were warning us all this time when we were little, but now it's finally hitting because I know damn well your screen time is over 5 hours a day. I know damn well you're supposed to be studying for your college final, but you instinctively picked up your phone and had a doom scroll session. It was already getting pretty bad, but it's only gotten worse since the pandemic. We were locked in for so long that half of us got social anxiety and all of us got too dependent on technology. It's to the point where we won't be able to do everyday tasks without our phone. The other generations had to write without the help of AI, and people back in the day really looked at the map like this and understood where to go. If I got handed a map like this that was supposed to take me to Los Angeles, I think I'll figure out a way to accidentally drive myself to North Korea. I would have got stranded over 100 times by now if it weren't for Google Maps. Think about it. Every new place you go, I'm sure you put down directions on some sort of app or GPS, and it's crazy to think that that didn't exist before. On one hand, I get that technology is supposed to ease our lives and whatnot, but on the other hand, it is the reasons why our brains got so fried. Like the first thing people do when they get an assignment is see if they can search up the answers online or use ChatGPT. I'm so glad that Gen Z got to at least experience parts of touching grass before technology really took over. Our childhood got a good balance of going outside while playing the Nintendo Wii or DS. Every kid now is born with an iPad in their hands. Overall, it's interesting to see how everyone from Gen Z are moving now. There's a ton of people in our generation who are getting married, having kids, settling down. There's also a ton of people traveling the world, going to school, locked into their career. And though everyone in our generation seems to be on different paths, we're still connected in the way that we really don't know what the fuck we're doing. Older generations had a facade that made adulthood look like it was all figured out. Now I realize that nobody's got it figured out. We're all a bit lost. Once you hit your adult life, part of you wants to spend your early 20s working so you can set yourself up for a good future. And the other part thinks, well, you're only in your 20s once. Live it up and enjoy it now. That's probably why your For You page is filled with motivation videos and also some traveling around the world videos. You have to try to juggle both at the same time. Regardless, we're still in the same time period of our early adult life. We're just drifting by and figuring out how to adapt on the way. You might feel like an imposter adult because your lifestyle seems to fit more of a kid than a grown-up. Because we're still gonna laugh at a stupid meme, but also be looking for a job. And that's okay, because the transition from being an adult is confusing, but we're in this together. Let me know if your experience being Gen Z was any different, but good luck to the both of us for figuring out this adult thing. Alright guys, editing chulde here, but I'm gonna really need y'all to like and subscribe. It's like 12 a.m. and I'm going on vacation in 48 hours, but I'm pushing this video out for you guys so you can still get some content because I'll be out for the rest of the month. I also created an Instagram where I'll be clipping my videos here on short form. You can follow me on there and shoot me a DM. I'll most likely respond. Just maybe not right now because I'll be on vacation. But thank you guys. See ya.